speaker is a longtime member. I'm not going to say older member because we're not supposed to say older member. Longtime member, and for about 3.5 years, and he is retired lawyer from Florida, but is now with us and has been an active member in our club. Please welcome Warren Kniskern. Warren.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, guests. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. My topic is rules and responsibilities, but I'm really going to focus on the club in general and the Toastmasters' responsibility. And we have an excellent example today of Greg Ferguson showing us how a Toastmaster can really run a meeting and make it interesting. What is High Noon Toastmasters like? What is our club like in your view? This is what I think it's like. A bouquet of flowers. We have a lot of different people here in this club. Some are beautiful snapdragons, some are daisies, some are, I don't even know what this is, carnations. Some are rather plain leaves. I'm going to send around this arrangement as I'm speaking, and I would like you to take out one item from this arrangement and keep it to remind you of how we're all different, and together we make a beautiful collage, whereas individually it's nice but it's not quite the same. We are like a flower arrangement, a wonderful flower arrangement, and the goal of the club and the Toastmaster is to bring out each flower according to his or her nature. Now this takes water. Water in the club comes from encouragement. Diane has already talked to us about evaluations. That is, and the sandwich approach, putting the criticism in between praise and good feelings and good feedback. That's very important. You need sunlight. And coming up here up to the lectern is a way that we shine. And other people give us rays of praise that come our way. And yes, sometimes flowers, in order to be beautiful and colorful, need to be fertilized occasionally. And so we look to people like Blake to come up and shake our trees a little bit and arrange our flowers in a different way. We've had wonderful people in our club that have their own styles. And that's one thing that our guests who come to our club say, that's what I like. It's so different. It's upbeat, it's humorous, and a little bit eccentric. So we have all different types of flowers. We have a comfortable with myself flower, like Patty, who can get up here and with just absolutely no effort at all talk about Spanx and spray on tans and be funny about it. We have someone who is nuts and bolts, buttoned down, just solid as a rock up here. You said that you were a little nervous and your pulse was up, Diane, but you are always so rock solid up here when you address our club. You're comfortable with yourself. And then I think of Al, who is just totally unflappable and very, very funny, talking about good people and bad people who are coming to the club, which not everyone can carry off. And then there are people like Lewis, who needs a little bit of boost of confidence from time to time. He was a little unsure about giving his speech with the horn, the bleep the horn for the profane words, I guess it was. It was very well done, but he was a little uncertain, and so he needed a little bit of confidence. I said, Lewis, you should do it. We want people to do different things and to stretch up here. And then we have the warm acceptance flowers, who Ilsa, as you may recall, her first speech was talking about the ugly duckling who became a swan. And look at how much he's changed and grown from that first icebreaker speech to giving a speech with PowerPoint about Jessica the hippopotamus on our last thing. There's so many ways that our club is different and unique. So the Toastmaster's role is to make sure that our garden of flowers is symbiotic. And this means that from the very beginning, when a Toastmaster comes up here, he or she is the face of our club for that day. And so there's going to be some excitement. We want anticipation up here, people, not constipation. So we don't want Toastmasters to come up and say, "Hello, fellow Toastmasters. We are here today to hear 3 great speeches. Thank you very much." We want people to be loose and open and creative when they're up here. And we've had some pretty creative themes. For example, one of our florists, Toastmasters, was Al, who had the theme about the Love Boat. And we all came and dressed in Love Boat hats and everything. He dressed in a captain's outfit, had a cruise theme. It was wonderful. I love those themes. So thinking up a good creative theme, and it's not that difficult, is something that's really special that a Toastmaster can bring to our club. Now, there are some practical administrative things that Toastmasters need to do that have to be taken care of. One is confirming roles. The Toastmaster for the following week needs to begin right after the meeting to go by email and send out roles and confirmations for the speakers and evaluators. And there's an arranging process here with the speakers and evaluators. You want to put the icebreakers up front so that they won't be as intimidated by the more experienced speakers going ahead of them. So you start with the less experienced speakers first and go to the more experienced speakers. And the same with evaluators. You want to match less experienced evaluators with maybe speakers that are beginners so they can kind of learn together. Arrive 10 minutes early and set out the agenda for the meeting on the table so that everyone will have one in front of them. Check off the people as they arrive to make sure that you have everyone here present that is supposed to give a speech and evaluation. And if not, get a substitute quickly. Smooth transitions. Greg, after Patty's speech, pointed out the difference between pointing and using the open hand. Very well done. We have some pruning process. I'm not going to stay within time, so you can turn off the light. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to just, because I love Toastmasters. I just love it. And I know some people would disagree with me. Some people want to go for awards and everything like that. I'm just here because I love the people and I love to learn how to improve public speaking. So we have some roses in our club that have some thorns, and we've got to clip the thorns a little bit. There's been a time, for example, where an experienced Toastmaster got up here and basically mailed in a speech. And I had to call him on it. And that's not easy to do. We want people to be creative and to really be invested in the process, to have a vision for improvement as we see each other grow and improve. And we need to be tolerant of differences with each other. One Toastmaster who's not with us now, but I hope he'll come back, is Paul Miller. He's a juggler. He's a comedian. He does all kinds of things. He came up with a water bottle. He came up with a wool cap. He did all kinds of things. And some of us are a little, I don't know, maybe that's over the top a little bit. But to me, that's what makes our club so interesting and good, and a wonderful arrangement of flowers as we see around the table. And sometimes we need to weed out some things that are not as productive, and that is non-participants, people who don't want to speak, who really don't want to be here. It's unfortunate, but that's part of the process as well. So we hope you understand that we're here to speak and to enlighten each other and to be involved and not be on the sidelines. We want people to be excited about their participation in High Noon Toastmasters. So the Toastmaster is the florist, if you will, the ringmaster, the one who brings it all together and can do the transitions in a meeting and bring out the best in people and help each one of us to shine. And again, we have no better example of that in the history of our club than our own Greg Ferguson.